Layla, and my sister Laura and me are twin sisters. Some twins are identical, but we're not. We're both 15 years old and we're born 2 minutes apart. I'm older. But as much as we have in common, we have one big thing that makes it easy for people to tell us apart. Laura weighs 300 pounds. It's a lot. If you were to minus my weight from hers, you'd get enough left over to make another 1.5 of me. I hate math. It wasn't always this way. In fact, when we were little, it was really hard to tell who was who if you weren't staring us right in the face. We didn't have 2 closets, just one big one with duplicates of our favorite dresses and outfits. I used to think the worst thing about not being identical twins was that we couldn't pretend to be each other without someone finding out. But it turns out that wasn't the worst thing. The worst thing is when the person you shared a womb with has to go through something that genetically, you just don't have to. See, my sister has a medical condition that has caused her to gain a lot of weight. To make matters worse, the medication she has to take also causes her to gain weight. So, even though she would eat super healthy, like only vegetables, ew, and cottage cheese, double ew, she would keep getting fatter, whereas I, on the other hand, could scarf down 2 cheeseburgers, a soda, french fries, and a sundae for dessert and still weigh the same exact thing. So, even though I loved my sister, it was really hard to be twins with someone people make fun of. I felt anger the first time they called her names. Wide load, beached whale, cannonball, and I absolutely refused to go anywhere or do anything without her. But over time, I started to feel embarrassed by her. That's when we stopped talking. We didn't stop talking like there was only silence all of the time, but we stopped really talking to each other, like from the heart. When it came time to try out for the high school cheerleading team, something we dreamed of doing together for years, I wasn't sure what I should do. Did I give up something I wanted so that I didn't hurt Laura's feelings? When I asked her, she said of course I should try out for the team, and so I did, and I made it. I remember how sad she looked when I told her. Since it was hard for her to physically get to football games, she eventually stopped coming to see me cheer, and that made me really sad. Things were hard at home too. Because she needed special things, my parents paid all their attention to her. It made me feel lonely, but then my dad would lecture me, "Remember, your sister is going through something, and you need to be understanding." Didn't he realize I was being as understanding as I could be? I almost didn't even exist in the house. One time the phone rang, it was one of my friends, and my mom told them I wasn't home, even though I was sitting right in front of her. That's how much they didn't notice me. But then something really bad happened that changed my whole outlook. I said something really mean to my sister when she asked me to get something down from her closet for her. I was so frustrated that she had a better room, a better bed, special food, special clothes, special attention, that I screamed, "Mom and Dad only love you because you're so fat!" Her eyes filled with tears, but instead of crying, she ran out of the room. I kind of felt like it served her right, but then I heard a horrible sound. She slipped on one of my shoes I'd left lying around, screamed, and fell down the stairs. Mom and Dad weren't home, so I called 911. When they put her onto the gurney and into the ambulance, I heard one of the guys say, "Well, it isn't every day you get 3 for the price of 1. I got so mad, I ran up into his face and yelled, "Do you even know what you're talking about? That's my sister, and she has a medical condition." He was like, okay, I'm sorry. And he was apologizing over and over again. Laura smiled at me as they closed the ambulance door. Our twin power was back. Luckily, she wasn't hurt too bad. We spent almost every day together after that. No matter what people said or did, we were twins for life. Or as Laura liked to joke, triplets forever.